Today we're taking a day trip to Yuma Territorial Prison, and it's a historic state park. Now, some people might think, what's the point of bringing kids, your kids' age, to a place like this where they're not really going to understand the gravity of the stories or the history behind the place that we're visiting? They're making memories based on what they see. And as they grow up and mature and as they learn and understand more, we'll be able to call back to what it was like being here for them and seeing the individual cells and seeing those bunk beds. It's also kind of strange coming to a historic site like this that feels a little bit somber because the history is not necessarily positive or celebratory or anything like that. And obviously the girls don't understand that. They don't understand what it means to be incarcerated or anything like that. So they're running around laughing and playing. They're over there in the gravel like it's a big sandbox. And I can't help but think about how fun this place would be if the kids were, say, 6, 7.5. They would totally get it and be so interested, and it would be a real educational lesson of an outing. Whereas right now, they're just kind of soaking in some stuff, mostly just visual stuff, and maybe someday we'll be able to incorporate it into something that they'll learn, but not now. It's still something that's a big destination for people when they come visit Yuma, so we figured we would check it out. What they get out of it, they get out of it, and we've enjoyed it for the most part. I mean, there's been quite a bit of wrangling. I would say bring your kids here if they're 7, 8, 9. They can really get something out of it. So presumably this is the yard of the prison where prisoners would exercise and have breaks. That's exactly what we're doing right now too. The kids are running around and playing in the gravel and just getting some energy out before we're gonna get back in the car and let them go to sleep for nap. And here's one of the prison cells. You can see how small. And this story up here tells you only 2 people have ever escaped successfully from this prison.
What's this?
This is a cell.
There's rocks in my soul. Take some walks in my shoes.
We've been in Yuma, Arizona for a couple of weeks. We've just been kind of like resetting and relaxing a little after our Arizona excursion. And honestly, the reason why we're staying in Yuma for a little bit longer than we maybe had expected is because we came across this drop-in preschool that all 3 girls are really enjoying.
I love my kids, but I'm so glad to drop them off somewhere. And it's called the Treehouse, so it feels right.
So it's been really cool to kind of experiment with a structured, scheduled life for a couple of weeks. On the weekdays in the mornings, the girls get up and they get ready, and then I take them to this drop-in preschool for a few hours and then pick them up in the afternoon.
So this is a big deal for me. This is a big deal to find a place where I feel comfortable dropping them off for a couple hours. So if this works out, I intend to do it every day we can until we leave, which is 3 more days. But that'll be awesome. I can clean all the sand out of our Airstream. I can just spend a little time doing stuff for myself. Yeah, so this makes me want to stay in Yuma for, I don't know, a month. I think I'm emotional about this because when I think about our old life, when we had a sticks and bricks house and we lived in one place, the thing that I miss most about that life is preschool and babysitters. It's just something that I've really been missing. I've been missing that little bit of relief that I used to have. Linton went to preschool for a few hours a day, 4 days a week. And also we had a babysitter that I could call and ask to come over. When you're living full-time on the road, you don't have either of those things. Of course, there's babysitters everywhere, and you can look on care.com or something like that to find a babysitter wherever you want. But, you know, I'm picky about who I want to watch my children, and of course I would have to interview people, and it's a whole process just to find someone that you trust. It's emotional because I haven't dropped them off anywhere in so long. It's just like a new feeling. It felt good in there. Like I don't have any feelings of regret or anxiety about leaving them there because there were only about 4 kids in there, and there's a ton of toys, and they're going to feed them lunch in a half hour and then let them rest if they want. So I think they're going to have a good time. I'm not nervous for them in that sense. It's still emotional dropping off your kids for the first time in so long. It's quite a relief.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, Papa!
What? What is it?
Papi.
What's it doing?
I don't know.
Is it coming or going?
Come. Mommy.
What is this?
A nollie.
What is that stuff?
Can't touch it.
What is it? It's called...
A nollie.
What?
Oleander.
Oleander?
Yeah.
Can I take some?
No.
Why not?
Not at all. Because it's poisonous.
Okay, we are back from Mexico. We put the car seats in the white van and everybody went together and rode together for the first time. And now it's time to go back. Michelle needs her minivan to get by on a daily basis. She takes the kids to museums and all kinds of things all by herself. So the car seats are gonna go back to the minivan. It was a really fun trial to all go together in the white van. Maybe there'll be a time in the future where we can try it again. But now that we're back in the US, kind of going back to our normal daily life here. During the week I work, so she really depends on the black minivan that we use. Whew. Okay, that was a lot of work. Car seats are installed in the minivan. I'm gonna miss having my whole family together here in the white van and having Michelle next to me and looking behind me and seeing all three little trees. It felt nice being together. Of course, now that we've got no kids in the white van again, the question is, what am I gonna do with all this extra room?
Olive's growing really fast. When we started traveling, she was a baby, and now she's definitely not a baby. She's a toddler, and she's on her way to being bigger than a toddler. So she's grown out of this chow baby chair for the most part, and she grew out of her monkey chair. They were just using that as a toy. So I got her a little desk. I'm putting it together right now that I think we can put in the Airstream in between the two cabinets, and she can sit there and eat and maybe color. We'll see. The girls are at the treehouse for a few hours today, which is absolutely what's making it possible for me to do projects like this. And it's funny, I've been thinking about it a lot because one of the reasons why I wanted to live this full-time RV lifestyle was so I could be with my kids all the time. But I'm noticing here in Yuma, where we found this treehouse daycare, I have been finding such amazing, extraordinary relief from getting a few hours during the weekdays to myself.
Michelle went to pick up the kids and she told me to vlog something before I came back home. At Cracker Barrel, they give us these little glass bottles of syrup, which I love because it's real maple syrup. We never use the whole thing, and when you have a kid named Maple, you can't just waste maple syrup. So we bring these little half-used bottles of maple syrup home and stick them in our fridge. Every time we move the Airstream, they rattle around and they fall over on the shelf. It's not really designed to fit them. So today I'm gonna try something crazy. Michelle has these little honey jars that fit perfectly into the fridge. I'm gonna try putting the maple syrup in this honey jar, see if we like that better. I think it fits in the tray pretty well. Okay, I've had these pre-warming in the sun. Let's see how this works out. We're out of paper towels, so. Looks like we filled up a jar of honey with maple syrup. Probably seems a little bit silly, but when you live in an Airstream, every little bit of space counts. I think I just reclaimed about an inch of shelf space here. I'm pretty sure Michelle's not gonna let me vlog anymore after this. Yes! Tell them the story about how you poured maple syrup into a different container, honey. Oh, they're here. Hi, Lyndon!
Hi. Hi, Papa.
Hi, Maple! I'm vlogging. You told me to vlog more, right?
Nice. It's hard to be so different in height when we're a married vlogging couple. We need to get me an Apple box. What'd you vlog about while I was gone?
Really interesting RV living story.
Syrup. Do you like it? Why don't you take a seat? You're supposed to sit down. Good girl. That's your desk and your table and your chair. You love it? Well, I did it. I built the little desk. It took me about an hour and a half to figure it out, but it's pretty cute. I'm afraid it might be too big to have in the Airstream along with all our other stuff, but we can use it until it doesn't make sense anymore. She deserves a step up in her sitting capabilities. I think she's really gonna like it, so I'm excited to try it out. Are you gonna try it too, Lyndon?
Sure.
Olive's sitting at her little table eating dinner.
It does sort of feel sad to let go of anything that came with this rig, but at the same time, it is part of the philosophy to lighten the load and keep on moving down the road. So I think we're gonna have to find a new home for this camping toilet. Thing is, we went to Mexico and we still didn't find a need for this camping toilet. I guess because the Airstream is just so easy. We did pull over a few times and it was just so easy to just jump into the Airstream and use the toilet there. Given that we didn't use it when we had the chance, it seems like it's just time to find this toilet a new home. Now, I don't want to say that we have too many toilets, but I think it's fair to say that we have too many toilets that are not in use. You know, it's kind of funny, I've been driving this van for 3 months and I'm still finding little GoPro mounts hidden everywhere. Just noticed this one on the roof of the van for the first time. There's a clamp here on the dash. Here's one up on the front bumper. There's one on the rear bumper. I even found one up here on the roof of the van.
With the girls at Treehouse, I've been able to take some time for myself, and I've been able to do some things that I haven't been able to do while taking care of them. I've been able to clean the whole Airstream. I've been able to organize the junk drawer. I've been able to clean the stove. All sorts of things that you can't do when you have 3 kids at your feet. We went to Baja California for Christmas, but I'll tell you that was not relaxing. It was not a vacation. My vacation has been Yuma because of the Treehouse Kids Club. I've been able to work out every single day, but staying here for a couple of weeks has been such a great chance to recharge and to just kind of take stock of everything and think about the upcoming year and what we want to achieve and how we want to live it. Yeah, I've been taking the kids to the Kids Club and that's been so nice. But I know that it's coming to an end. It's not like this is something that I want to keep doing. And the idea is that once we leave Yuma, Arizona, I'll be recharged and I'll be ready to take on a bunch of new adventures. The place we're staying is called River's Edge RV Resort, and it's on the Colorado River. And there's all these little areas that you can come down and hang out at. It's so peaceful and so nice, and the weather's perfect. It's mostly retirees here, so there's no playground. It's not meant for kids, but it's not meant for kids. There's other kids here. I've seen them, but I wouldn't say it's mostly families at all. It's mostly retirees. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's a lady chair. Our life is always a work in progress, and we're always trying new things, figuring out what's gonna work best for our family. So this last couple of weeks of structured and scheduled school time has been a really good experience for all of us. Sometimes it's nice to have the opportunity to miss your kids, because then when you see them, you're fully present, and it makes that time with them so much more special. Most families that travel around in an RV full-time homeschool their kids. Our kids are not school-aged yet, so we haven't had to make that decision. But honestly, it's on my mind a lot, especially as we go to rallies and we meet lots of families that are homeschooling their kids. I'm just kind of taking in what I see and I'm imagining what it might be like for our family. I think one misconception about homeschooling is that your kids are isolated from other kids and they don't get to socialize. I've seen that that's not the case for the families that we've been meeting at rallies. Well, I want all 3 of my girls to have a strong sense of independence too. I want them to be able to go somewhere without me when appropriate and not be afraid, and be brave and be able to acclimate to a new routine or a new environment. That's what this past couple of weeks has been for them, and I think it's been a really great experiment. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been really nice having some silence for a few hours during the day and a chance to just breathe and think and have a little space. So I'm feeling really good about it.
Why am I running in blue jeans next to the Colorado River? First, I need to tell you a story. It's been a few years now that I've had a proper workout routine. I've been sitting at a desk for work. I really need to figure out something that will stick. My doctor said you really need to get 150 hours a week of exercise. I wasn't getting anywhere near that. I want to be healthy so that I can have the energy to be with my kids. I usually don't make New Year's resolutions. I have so much I want to improve in my life that just picking something every year isn't frequent enough. I try to constantly evaluate my life and see if there's something that I can fix in it. This year it's 2020, it's the new year, and I'm pretty out of shape. And I'm looking at myself sitting at a desk, sitting at a computer for work all day, and thinking how hard that has been, and especially in the RV. There hasn't really been an easy opportunity for me to go swim or go to a gym. There are sometimes opportunities, but I find what I really need is something that's very regular that I can create a daily habit about. If I can't make it a daily habit, then it doesn't have a very good chance of succeeding, because as we go from place to place, from week to week, the environment changes, the opportunities change, and habits you know, the sort of fledgling habit breaks down. I need a fitness habit that can survive an entire year, no matter where we are, what the season is, what's available. I've been into running dozens of times throughout my life. For some reason, it doesn't stick. What if I did something drastically simpler? What I'm setting out to do is run a half a mile every day for 1 year. With everything changing week to week, I need something where I can go outside, get it done, be done in 15 minutes, and then call it a day. Please leave a comment below with some encouragement. If you've been watching and enjoying these videos and you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to click the subscribe button. Make sure you also click the bell and turn it to all notifications. That way you won't miss a single video. I want Michelle to see a whole bunch of new subscribers on this video and say, that's because of Papa. They want to support Papa and his habit. It's day 6 and I don't feel like going out for my run. But the thing is, it's a half a mile. I know it's only a half a mile. It takes 10 minutes and it'll be done. The first few days were kind of exciting because it was a new habit. But right now I'm thinking my knee feels a little bit stiff. I'm pretty tired. I don't feel like going out and running at all, but I'm gonna do it.
I've had the time to be able to figure out my Instant Pot. My friend Carla and her mom Yaya came over and they broke the seal on my Instant Pot with me. They taught me how to make a family recipe pork roast, pulled pork. And it was a lot of fun learning from someone and not just learning from a book or a YouTube video. And today I tried hard-boiled eggs and I also tried spaghetti bolognese. So I'm becoming the Instant Pot expert over here and it's changing mealtime. I finally broke out my Instant Pot and I was ready to get going and started with it. And it turns out I didn't pack the power cord.
I'm afraid of.
Never.
We're using the Instant Pot for the first time and we're learning the important part right now.
Never tried to take it off without releasing the pressure.
Take the whole lid off, you mean?
Take this
okay,
whole
so
thing
never
off.
take this
you
off.
You have to release the pressure. This thing is supposed to, is it to pressure? Because that should be up. And then when you release pressure, it goes down. And then you know it's safe to open.
So here we are, we close it, it's on off.
Okay.
Then you're gonna hit pressure, and then you're gonna hit meat.
Pressure, meat.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Whoop. Open it. Open
Turn it. Ooh, and what do we have here?
Lots of juice.
Ah.
In your roast.
And so was that without adding water?
She added just a
Little.
tiny bit just so it didn't do the burn.
It smells really good.